Oh, wow, that's a completely different feeling.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, guys. Hi, I'm Sam Blank, and this is Filling the Blank. Today, I'm here with fiber artist, painter, and photographer Paul Latislaw here in his home studio in Brooklyn, New York. Paul is showing us exactly what he does every day here in abject silence, as you told us in the interview. Can you tell us, is there a rhythmic quality to when you're doing this?
Yeah. I mean, sound plays a huge role in the practice, so it is helpful to be able to hear what is going on within the wool, to know when to move on to other parts of the sculpture. So yeah, get out of here with hating my silence.
That's okay. I mean, yeah, I think in the interview you sort of told us about how the sound changes depending on how done a certain part of the piece is, right? Mm-hmm. So I guess we'll roll sound for a second. What?
Let me find
Yeah.
Let's see. I also have the right needles. These ones. Okay. So, do you hear that tack? A little versus it's.
Oh, wow.
It picks up a higher pitch and more volume when it is felted to my liking. So when I start hearing that noise, we're sort of at the finished stages for that area.
We were just asking you to show us what it sounds like. You looked through a bunch of different needles. So all of these are different, right? Or no?
Yes, yeah. There are different needles for different points in the process. These are much thicker needles. All the needles are barbed. That's what's doing the felting. So they're just little hooks in them. Sorry, pointing right at you. So that will be used for a lot of the base work, where I need to compact as much material as fast as possible. Mm-hmm. And then when you get to the final coats, you start using the finer needles that are very thin.
Great, and they're all barbed though.
Yeah.
And can you explain what actually is happening to your fibers here?
So I am tying knots in knots. So I'm adding more material and I am tying those fibers into knots within the internal structure. Mm-hmm. So the more you felt, the more compact the piece becomes.
And the stronger?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just looking over here where you are now. Are you actually going to build this out all the way here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll build all the way down.
And when you're starting on an armature, are you just like sort of holding and like, what's the process of adding more volume?
Yeah, it is very awkward, I mean, especially at this scale. But usually what I'll do is I can felt a base that's rectangular, and then I can spin that around the armature itself. You felt that into place, mm-hmm. and from there you add layers on top of that up to your finishing material, which is always the 18 micron merino. That's always how it ends. It has become my preferred material. All wool felts a little bit differently. I just like the way that it felts. This has a very fine and almost pearl finish to it that catches shadows in a really special way. So it's my preferred. So all of this is like the unfinished felt.
And so this is looser.
Yes.
Because you haven't finished.
Yeah.
As opposed to, is this?
This is this is the merino, but this is very, very felted at this point.
I see.
But like in here, you can see the puncture marks along.
Wow. And do you like that you can see the puncture marks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think when I started the process, I was trying my best to work the sculptures to death and get rid of as much evidence of the felting itself, but but that's really changed for me recently. I actually really think it's important to show, you know, the nature of the process and the material itself. So,
God, this
I
is
like
such
my
a nice
little.
ass to grab. It's so good down here.
She's big.
And you've always, like, in some of your writing, you've talked about this. You always like to add big butts to your works. Is that just like
In writing, I said that.
Yeah.
Where?
I forget where I read it in my research, but
No. Okay.
it may have been on an Instagram comment, because I looked at your entire Instagram. There's not much. I think you went through and culled some stuff at a certain point. Yeah. There's definitely some archived posts, because it was way too clean on that Instagram, based on what I know about you. But yeah, you said it somewhere right that you like it's part of the queer camp of it, or?
If I have the option to make them, why wouldn't I just make them big?
Yeah.
It's a celebration of excess, and I don't know.
Yeah. And this, like, right here, will this get blended out, or?
So from my basing, I will put uncarded wool, which is also merino. So that's this wool that you see right here. And then the top coat is the carded merino. Carded meaning all of the fibers are assorted directionally, which is what you use for spinning.
Okay.
And that I will lay over the sculpture directionally, and it kind of gives your eye a direction to go along the length. So it's headed down the body now. You can see how it's carded there. And then from here, I'll curve that shape down the arm and then do that sort of all over the body.
And is there a part of this sculpture that I could try some felting on? I'm so curious about this process.
Yeah. Absolutely. You want a single needle or a big tool?
Whatever you want. Ooh, a big tool.
Yeah. We'll try that because you get
Okay.
good feedback from it.
Alrighty. And is there, like, a certain technique that I should be going for? Or is it just...
No.
Okay.
At this point, no.
Because I'm so curious how you know where to add volume to, where you see it. Because obviously you can't really subtract from this.
Not easily. So you always just start with a little less and build and build and build until it is the proportions that you want it to be.
This is so
looks
incredible.
right.
I see why you do this in silence.
Right? But felt on the nice area.
Oh, wow, that's a completely different feeling.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, guys, over here, like, there's so much less pushback to my needle. Like, I can really actually force it in pretty easily without much effort. But down here, like, this is so much more effort, and you can literally, it feels so much more like a rock down here. It is almost marble-like at a certain point once you get it tight enough.
Yeah.
Wow. I know. Normally, I don't focus this much on the process in the walking tour, but because yours is such like people don't know about this as much. Wow. This is incredible. When this is at your next solo show, I'm going to be like, oh my God, I touched that one.
Yeah. You have your
then-
own little marks in it.
And then this one, and it's fine to you just leave the needles in here and it's fine?
Yes.
Okay.
Long term, if a sculpture is going to sit for a while, they should not sit. These are not the finest needles, and they do sort of rust over time. So
Okay.
I discard and replace them constantly, but I have thousands of these needles floating around.
Okay. And then you've got these, like, big, like, packs of needles, right?
These are used to help bulk. They're less useful for finishing. For any finish coat, it's typically just me and 3 of the needles. So I can have them in a line, and I trace down the entire sculpture directionally. It just gives it a nice organized feeling. It might be unnecessary, but I just can't stop. And then these are for
Like this.
bulking large areas. Yeah.
So for, like, what you're doing over here right now?
For that, I would use the typically the 20 needle tool.
Okay.
With the heavy gauge, and that is what is suitable to felt polyester, at least. And then you have to change that with each new material. Reduce needles at certain times.
Guys, this is actually, like, feeling this, y'all. Like, it's crazy. You can feel it's like It's like, it's almost like muscle fiber back here.
Yeah, yeah, like feel right here. It's so good.
Guys, I actually like, we might need to find you like a children's museum to go do some shows at or something, because, oh my God, I could stay here all day just squeezing this. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, go and feel inside of, stick your hand all the way in the arm.
Whoa,
Right?
it's
Isn't that
like
crazy?
a rock.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking rock. And you can feel the armature go all the way in.
Mm-hmm.
This is such a cool process.
Drop on the go. The only armature that one has is the tail.
Otherwise, this is all free.
That is entirely felted all the way through. I don't know. Armature is great and essential at points, but I fundamentally need to rely on the material to be holding itself.
I just am so amazed. Like, how do you know where to...
That's a good point.
Wait, can sound get that knock? Wait, everybody. Is there like a visualization in your head of how to push this?
Yeah, you have some portrait in mind, and you sort of work off of that, and you just build out and problem solve. It's... Everyone gets annoyed when I say that, but you just sort of make it happen. It isn't happening, and then you have to make it happen. So you build out and over and up until it does what you want it to do. And I mean, the felt itself will tell you what it is and is not going to do. So in the making of the sculptures, we're sort of having a little conversation where something is not possible. Oops, gravity's in my way. I need to be doing something else, and I make adjustments from there.
So are you fighting with gravity on things like this?
This one, yes.
Okay.
This one was a certain kind of nightmare. It has an armature that runs throughout it and then up through the neck. So, anything that doesn't have a central base is a serious workshop to make. This is the first one I ever did.
The first sculpture, or the first one from the...
This is the first sculpture I ever made.
And how long ago was that made?
This was started in 2019.
Okay.
It's really not that long ago, I guess. But
that was your first one?
This is the first one, yeah.
You were just going off from day one.
The very specific reference for this one. So this was sort of the starting point for the bar fight, was this one.
Wow.
These are my rabbits. They're whiskey bottles.
Yeah, this one is so fun. It's very like vortexy, very black hole-y. And then these are not bar fights. These are almost like portraits.
Yeah. I was playing around with that for a while. And I really viewed this kind of relief work as almost sketches for some of the bigger pieces. Not these two specifically, but as a final product, it ends up feeling like that. Sort of my version of drawing is working in sort of some quiet relief.
I guess we'll finish with this crazy hanging piece. Is it meant to be hanging forever?
No, that is a decision to make the process more ergonomic. Across the board, it has to be more ergonomic. I mean, there are, in the horse, there are millions of puncture marks in it. So it's you find yourself, as a lot of crafters do, kind of curling into some horrible position. So this is just so I can stand up and work on it, but it's kind of led to this grim portrait.
I'm here with ceiling anchor hating Paul Latislaw. Paul's gonna show us. This is one of Paul's paintings. I think they're really good. I really enjoy the forms in them. But what's so special about this painting is what's under it and the engineering that is involved in. So Paul, can you show us and tell us?
It's my little secret, and it feels not fair.
And now there's a TV underneath. Eat your heart out, Architectural Digest. Lovely. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Thank you for letting us in your home.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for letting us in your studio as well. Your very clean studio that I hope we didn't mess up. I am so thankful for all of you for watching. And yeah, Paul, thank you. Everybody, have a nice day. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye now.